Touch is a nose boop to the palm of our hand. This is a really good cue to use as a warm-up for training or to use in place of like recall or leave it in situations where she's not quite there using those other cues. As you can see, she really enjoys this one. You want to make it the most fun and exciting game she's ever done, and then it is so useful in all kinds of scenarios.
Good girl. Nice. Sit. Yes.
For sitting down, she is responding really nicely now to the hand signal and the verbal cue. You can see that there. And then we use the same hand signal and cue word sit for going from a down up into a sit, as well as going from a standing position into a sit.
Good girl. Nice job.
Violet, to advance her come when called, we started practicing in more distracting environments like the front yard on a long leash, as well as novel environments like the vet's office where we did group classes this weekend, as well as this one being an out-of-sight ring.
What a good girl.
Place means to go there, lay down, and stay there until released. You can see right there at the beginning she gets up, so I just simply reset her and have her go back to place, and we go again. This week we really focused on building duration between the reinforcement, as well as adding in a lot of different distractions. So in this video, I'm walking farther away from her, turning my back to her, as well as like opening cabinets and pretending to do different things, making noises around the house, opening the refrigerator. I also do some jumping and running and making some just, different scenarios that may never come up but could. I'm going out of sight just to really build her ability to hold that place stay until released with lots of distraction. You can see that I'm periodically rewarding her throughout. This is to continue to reinforce that staying is what I want her to be doing. And each time I add in a new distraction that's hard, I'm kind of rewarding her for staying through that distraction. Over time, the goal is to space out those reinforcements until they can be faded out.
Yes, good girl.
And she is to stay in that place until she is released with the cue word free.
Free. Good girl. Nice. Violet. Crate.
Crate simply means to go into your crate. This is a really important cue, especially for our little dogs. Often because they are smaller, we just pick them up and put them in. And this can become a pain point for us and our dogs where they don't want to go in because they know we're going to grab them and put them in. And so we want to treat her just like we would a 80-pound dog. We would need her to learn to go into her crate if she was larger, for sure, because we wouldn't be able to pick her up and put her in. So we want to make sure she is treated just the same. Leave it means back away from the thing and look to me. Drop it means let go of the item that is in your mouth. Right now we are still working mainly with toys for Violet, but the goal would be to work up from toys to other objects that she might grab, such as socks or paper products. Those seem to be her favorite items to grab.
Drop it. Yes, good girl. Nice job.
Start of every walk begins with leashing up. For a lot of dogs, especially our littles, we want to make sure that we keep this routine. So again, we're not trying to chase them down and kind of overhandle them to get their harness on. So here I've taught her to come over to this station where she will get treats and rewards for getting her harness put on.
Okay, let's go.
Next, we move outside and we begin with the up and down pattern game, just to help build focus and engagement. She is very excited and distracted when outside. And so this game is just to help her focus on me so that we can actually work on some training outside. So with this up and down pattern game, what I'm doing is starting by placing a treat on the ground. She's going to eat the treat. And then when she looks back up to me, I mark yes and reward her by moving a few steps and giving her another treat. Right there, I was just letting her go sniff. She loves to sniff the mailbox when we're out there. So I want to make sure I released her to go do that just to give her that opportunity. So we're going to continue doing this pattern game up and down the driveway a little bit until I feel like she's a little bit more focused, and then we can go out on our walk. Because Violet is so excited and distracted when outside, she also has trouble taking food outside, which tells us a lot about kind of her arousal and mental state. So this game is also really helping to practice eating outside, which can sound silly, but it is a skill that she has to learn. The fact that she was taking so many treats outside for me and doing the game for this long was a huge improvement for her from the first time we went outside to try to do this game. Once out on the walk, Violet walks really, really nicely. She mostly walks on a loose leash. Every once in a while she does start to pull. Mostly it is because she wants to go sniff things and explore in true terrier fashion. We use the cute let's go to kind of move her along if we don't want her to stop there for whatever reason. But we also want to make sure we're providing lots of ample opportunity for sniffing and to do those dog things. Sniffing is a really important part of the walk for our dogs. Not only is this just good for them and their health, it lowers their heart rate, it's enriching, but also this is how they see the world. They are mostly seeing the world through their olfactory senses, through their nose. So we want to make sure they're getting that opportunity to explore and see the world in that way and be a dog.
This way! This way, this way, this way! Good girl! Good girl.
Violet, let's go. Let's go. There's lots of good sniffs here. Lots of good sniffs. Good girl. Nice job. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Violet. Let's go. Come on. And when we go back inside, we head straight for the station where she gets her equipment taken off, just like we did for putting it on. Wait means to not go any further or cross that threshold unless released. So in this first video clip, I'm practicing the door opening and her waiting, and she's not going to be released through the door.
Yes, good girl.
Over time, you will build the amount of time you can hold the door open, or even being able to step out the door and her not moving forward towards it. If she moves forward towards the door, you can see I shut the door and we start again. The reward is tossed back to her so that all the reward is coming from behind that imaginary line. In this video, I'm actually going to take her outside so you can see that she's going to wait until I release her with the cue free. And lastly, enrichment is a really important part of not only a board and train, but also the daily lives of our dogs. This can include a lot of different things like playtime with other dogs. Even if you don't have other dogs in the home, scheduling play dates is a really great way to give her some enrichment. Playtime with the humans is also a really important part of her daily life. She really enjoys this toy. I did put the link for this toy in your notes for Violet. This is a Tug Enough tug toy, so she gets to chase it around and then tug on it, again, really bringing out her terrierness. As I said with loose leash walking, allowing her to do dog stuff like taking time to sniff and explore nature. Physical exercise is another important part of Violet's enrichment. Even though she is little, this can include hikes at the park or walks through the neighborhood. Shredding activities are another really great way to add enrichment to her life. She loves shredding paper products and cardboard products. So if you just want to save paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls, that kind of thing, you can allow her to shred it, then pick up the pieces and toss it. This is another great enrichment activity she enjoyed. It's a rolled up towel with treats in it, and then you just let her unroll it and find the treats. The link to this toy is also in your training notes. This is a Holy Roller stuffed with some fabric pieces that you can let her defluff.